What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. Back with myself, Tommy. We got Abib here. Akeem, Saeed will join us. I know his screen is slightly empty at the moment, but he's about. So he's going to join us shortly. What's happening, boys?
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah?
It came back
Is
to
it?
the bag.
My team hasn't played yet. We've gone on. I don't even know the next time we play. We've been playing for a while, but there's been a lot of drama elsewhere. But it's good to like sit back and enjoy while other teams goes through, like the Chelsea goes through the drama, Arsenal goes through like the 4 competition to 2 in the space of how long?
2 in 2 games.
Yeah, and then Liverpool as well. I don't think Liverpool are out all competitions now, right? So
Champions League.
They're still in the Champions
Oh
League.
yeah, they still got they'll be out by next week.
So they're out.
They'll be out by next week, man. So to be fair though, they do put up better performances in the Champions League than the Premier League, because the only reason why is because a lot of teams do play football and Liverpool tends to play football. So I'm not saying they're going to go through, but the performance tends to be better.
Man City played football, and look how well that played for them.
It could have been different. The game. It could have been a different game if they took their chances. But yeah, look, Liverpool is being washed anyway, man. So I don't give a damn. They can continue being worse, man. So
that wasn't a shock, but there was another shock.
Yeah, there was another shock. We'll get to the biggest shock of the weekend in a second. Look, firstly, people, please, if you can please subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification to know whenever we upload. What else? Click the like button, comment, let us know what your thoughts are on Arsenal going out to Southampton, and let us know. We're going to talk about the England squad this today as well. Let us know about the England squad, how the players played, and then lastly, if you're a Chelsea fan, how do you feel about the drama that's just been going on in the changing room, man, with everyone feeling rebellious, coming out to speak, and obviously one of them getting suspended for 2 games, which is Enzo. So it'll be nice to get all your thoughts. We're definitely going to get our big thoughts on all of that today. But look, there's only one place to start, man. Look, to show dedication, I've only been back in the country for like 2 to 3 hours. I landed like 2 to 3 hours ago. But to show my dedication and how much I've enjoyed to see all these things happening, I thought, you know what? I need to get the boys back. I need to get the band back together and just to hear what's happening and to get their thoughts, because, bruh, I've been away for a week and a lot has happened, man. A lot has happened. I've been away to Turkey enjoying. There wasn't much sun anyway, but enjoying some time away with the family. And then yesterday, I thought, let me just choose. I haven't watched football really. The only game I watched was a Turkey qualifier game because I was in Turkey, so I was only right to watch their game. And then I thought, you know what? Let me tune in to the FA Cup game. It was 1-0 by the time I put it on. I was like, what game we have here? Like, I started watching it, and then when he made his substitution, Gyökeres came on and he scored. I just turned it off. I was like, it's going to be normality now. Arsenal's going to come back and win. There's no real joy in this for me anymore. Like, the hate watch is not successful, so I was going to
That's how I felt about with Chelsea against Port Vale. I missed the first goal, and then I was watching, hoping Port Vale get the next goal. When it went 2-0, I switched it off.
So I just decided to switch off at 1-1 because I thought this is normality. And then I was speaking to Ham. So I was just calling Ham about something else. And I just heard noise in the background. Then they said, oh, yeah, like they're out. I was like, what do you mean you're out? And I saw the scoreline. You know what, yeah? I've said it. I've been very vocal with that. I didn't really care if you win the league. Obviously, I cared. I don't want you to win the league. I don't want you to win the FA Cup. But I know the league, you're going to win it now anyway. And you're on like great run. So I thought you was going to win the FA Cup as well. I didn't mind those two. It's the Champions League I didn't really want you to win. And I'm still on that matter. It's Champions League I don't want you to win. So, but for some reason, I was quite joyful that you went out. I don't know whether it was because it's Southampton, because I didn't think I would be that joyful, bro. Do you get what I mean? Because I just didn't.
Yeah, the rivalry's still there. The hatred's still there.
I just didn't get it. Like, I just couldn't stop smiling. Even when I'm trying not to smile.
You know what's so funny? I didn't watch the match either, but I just assumed it was a gimme. So I was at the O2 watching the Deontay Wilder fight. So we're just watching the fights going on. And I see a guy in the row in front of me. He pulls out his phone and he pulls out the score. And I look at the score and it says 2-1. And I'm like, what? Is that real? Is that real? He's like, how much time is left? He didn't even want to speak. And he reluctantly said, oh, it's a 94th minute. I was like, oh my God. 5 minutes later, yeah, I start hearing one side of the arena say, oh, when the Saints marching in. Oh, when the Saints come marching in. Oh my God.
No, that is quality. No, man, it was, I couldn't believe it, man. Honestly, I couldn't believe that. Because I just felt like in the Champions League and the FA Cup, and slightly in the Carabao Cup, you had the luck of the draws. It's nothing to do with you, but you had the luck of the draw with like having decent draws at home or play teams that are lower league. You've had a lot of luck in your way throughout the season when it comes to these competition, and just for you to go out to Southampton, which we thought was a given. Look, I don't know how frustrated, whether you were frustrated, whether you cared or not. And I know some fans are. I saw like some of the reaction online. Some are frustrated. Some are now trying to play it down as if the FA Cup is not.
Yeah, those guys are idiots.
Like it's gonna be the same Arsenal fans that make it seem, oh, we won the most FA Cup. They will talk about we won the most FA Cup, and all of a sudden you're downplaying the competition. It just didn't make sense. So like it's nice to get your thoughts, man, because this wasn't supposed to be part of the agenda, but you went out. So we wasn't supposed to talk about the FA Cup, but you got beat by Southampton. So we now have to talk about it. So let's go. What was you saying?
I said it before. The way we play, we have a title-winning defense, but we lack a game-winning attack. And yesterday, our attack was, to be fair, even our defense was shaky.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna say that as well. Yeah.
So, but the reason why I'm not gonna go in on our defense too much is because they've been bailing us out. They're the reason why we are in this position in the first place. They're the reason why we are top of the league. They're the reason why we got to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup and got to the finals of the League Cup and in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Without our defense, I don't know where we would be. I think we'll probably be mid-table at best, because our attack this season has been shambolic at best. Yesterday's performance by some of our attackers, like you guys know my feelings on Kai Havertz. Yes, yet again, him playing in midfield shows why selling Granit Xhaka was a very stupid idea by the manager. Over reliance on Odegaard, when this is the third season now, he has shown us that he is not up to it. He's not up to the fight. He can have all the aesthetically pleasing pirouettes on the ball, but if you're not gonna play the ball between the lines, if you're not gonna drive with the ball, if you're not gonna take on your man, then all of that stuff you're doing is pointless. Again, Gabriel Jesus needs to leave the club. He needs to leave. I don't want to see him. There's no reason why he should be playing another game for us from now to the end of the season, because we just got Champions League and League, and he's shown how ineffective he is against lower league opposition. Against Mansfield, he was shockingly bad. He was probably one of the worst players that day. And yesterday, he was trying to match it. So I don't want to see him for the rest of the season. Martinelli needs to get sold. Yeah, bruv. He can't. Bro, we're playing against lower opposition fullbacks and you can't beat them. Bro, like, are you sure you're a winger? Like, this is what I was saying before. I don't think he's a winger. I think he needs to be playing centrally. But then again, can he hold up the ball? Can he link up the play? So if he does play centrally, we're gonna lack something centrally again. So I don't know where his position is. His best position probably out of my club at this point. Norgard, he tried, but on the ball he was lacking. I could see why Mikel Arteta ain't played him in too many games, in too many high-profile games. Because yesterday, even though his positioning was good, what he was doing, what he was offering us on the ball was very, very basic, very sideways, backwards. He even lost the ball a couple of times. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I'm putting that performance down to rust. Yeah, he's just plainly hasn't had enough minutes playing whether as a left back or as a central midfielder. He's being mismanaged. The manager is mismanaging him. He's mismanaging his minutes. He's mismanaging his position, and something needs to happen with that, because I'm fearful that we're going to lose him in the summer. And he's one of the three young players. Well, we have four players that under no circumstances should we be losing. That's Ethan, Dowman, Miles, and we have also a young boy by the age of 14 who's up and coming. He's 14 but playing at under 18s. His name's Luis Munoz. Those are the four players like I see future for. Like, we shouldn't be under any circumstances contemplating their sale or them leaving the club. They should see a clear pathway of being mainstays in the first team in the future. But clearly none of them do. And that's apart from Max Dowman. And that's worrying. That's worrying because we already lost the likes of Hayden Heaven and Chido Obi Martins to Man United. Even though I'm not too upset about the Chido one, I feel like he went and wasted his career. Good for him. He wanted money. Man United gave it to him. Good luck. But the Hayden Heaven, I feel like there was a player there that we could possibly develop and maybe use in the rotational sense at our club. Instead, we let him go for peanuts to Man United. But our attack again. Going back to the game, our attack was just shockingly bad, and it didn't matter who we brought on. Like when we brought on Madueke, he offered nothing. Like Gyökeres, I know he got the goal, but nothing really changed. When we got the equaliser, I didn't think like we were going to go get the second. If anything, I thought Southampton was going to go get the second, and it got proven to be correct. They went and they played. They came out with a game plan and they played well. They deserved their victory. And I'm putting this squarely on the manager again. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's his tactics. Like, how are you not getting our attackers to play in a way where they are creative, where they are free to express themselves, they're free to go out and do things that that the game warrants. Instead, they're just going into positions, going into easy, playing simple, easy passages of play, like not really taking on. The only player yesterday that really took on their man was Max Dowman. Like, it's crazy that the 16. Remember Habib Black when I said, "Oh, you lot can rely on your teenagers." Bro, I have to eat my words because now we're relying on our teenager. Like, we're really, really relying on our school kid. And it's crazy that we're at the top of the league. It's a false. I'm starting to think it's a false position. I'm starting to think that the rest of the league is gonna wake up and catch up and be like, "Yo, wait, hang on. This Arsenal attack is basic at best. Let's attack their defense and see how well they can stand up." Because, bro, I don't see our attack taking us over the line and I'm winning us the league.
Do you think this performance was especially worse though compared to previous, or do you think we've been playing like this?
Oh, we've been playing, bro. I remember the Wolves game where I broke my iPad. This reminded me of that. This reminded me of the Brentford game. This reminded me of the City final. Bro, we've been playing like this for a long time. So, like, even if it's got to the point where the kind of football that I'm watching, I know I spoke with one of our brothers the other week when we was at yours, Tommy, and we said that if Arteta was to win the league, then it's up to him as to when he leaves. Bro, the football that I'm watching, even if you win me the league, I would prefer you to just hand me your resignation and leave at the end of the season. But I don't, bruv. Like, I'm on the list for season ticket, yeah, and like, I'm thinking, just in case, like, through some miracle, because the list was long, but through some miracle, I happen to, start getting my season ticket, and I have to go and watch this kind of football. I don't think I will go, because it's not the football that I enjoy. It's not the football that I find entertaining. It's too cautious. It's too pedestrian. It's too slow. It's not the football that I watched Wenger introduced to my club. Even I remember some of the football that George Graham played, and we had players like Rocky and Merson and Ian Wright, and they were exciting players. They will take on their man and do things, but none of these players do that apart from Dowman, and that's just like, bro, our attack is just woeful at the minute, man. Woeful. There's hardly any players there this season that I could say I rate.
But you know what? I think obviously what you're saying is correct. It's ultimately it goes down to the manager in terms of how your style of play, and how it come across as like in terms of like the fan base when you're watching it. But in regards to like if you're isolating yesterday's game, surely you can't put that on the manager, bro. Like these players, you're playing Southampton, bro. The manager,
the team he put out was good enough.
You can't amount the mistakes the players were making down to the manager. You can't amount Gabriel heading the ball back to the keeper, making a mistake to the manager. You can't amount Ben White missing like the header to the manager. You can't amount Mascara passing, or you can't amount the fact that Odegaard is missing chances
and giving the ball away for them to score.
Giving the ball away. You know what I'm saying? You can't amount all of that to the manager. Those players on the pitch, I get what you're saying in terms of ultimately in terms of how you play football. Surely, yes, that is down to the managers, because I watched you 2 seasons ago. Like you had a lot of these players 2 seasons ago, and you was playing one of the best footballs. Forget just in the league, in the world at that time. He was very aggressive in the press, trying to win the ball back high up. Teams couldn't get out of their own half when they
were smothering them.
And it's still exactly, and he was exactly the same manager back then. So he's obviously, that wasn't successful for him. He's gone away from that, and he's now decided to do what he's got to do. But that is another topic for another day in terms of like the style of play, which we talk about every week or not. And I don't enjoy it as well. Like I'm saying, no one really enjoys it. You are going to go win the league, because that is going to be the football that wins you the league. So ultimately, he can obviously, what do you call it? As much as the fans are upset about it, or he's got a trophy to show for it. So it's either you guys accept it or you don't accept it. So that's the thing. Which you're not, as you said, someone like you're not going to accept moving forward. You win your trophy now, but going forward, you want more. And let's see whether he changes that moving forward. But yesterday, surely that can't be on him, bro. Like the players are good. These are majority of these players are the ones that are going to win you the league. Like you can't tell me.
Tom. Like I think you misunderstand. It's like I'm talking about like, but it's like, so the way we have been attacking all season, that was like, what's the word? Yesterday's performance sums it up, basically. Yesterday's performance and the performance against Man City, where we just didn't try and lay a glove on them, that literally sums up our attacking performances for the whole season. And I was just like, bro, and that there for me is on the manager, because you have all these attacking talents. Why are they not attacking with cohesion? Why are they not attacking with panache or flair? Or why are they not even going after teams? I never feel like when we need a goal, I never feel like we're going to get the goal. I never feel like the goal's coming. I never feel like, this team, they're under the pressure, they're under the cosh. We're going to score in the next 5 minutes, next 10 minutes. I never feel like that. More often, the goal comes out of the blue. Like, we need a goal. 10 minutes in. Oh, yeah, we got a goal. I didn't see that coming. You get it? And that, for me, has been all season long. And that I have to put down squarely on the manager.
Yeah, and that I don't agree with. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, neither do I, to be fair, yeah.
I mean, so that I don't disagree with. Sorry, go on, but I've been going. Sorry.
I was going to say, I think the biggest worry about how you guys play, I think it's, okay, Southampton aside, but in general, it is good for smothering the smaller teams. But I think the biggest worry is when it comes to the Champions League, and you do have to face those bigger teams where you can have this rigid structure, but what happens if, let's say, you come up against a PSG and a Kvaratskhelia just scores a wonder goal like he does against Chelsea?
Yeah.
Like,
Or
if
Lamar.
even better, because they're on your side of the draw, right?
Yeah.
Mal just produces a Travella out of nowhere that's just on the money and someone heads it in. Like, it doesn't feel like you're the type of team that when things are going against you that you can kind of just pull something out the bag. It kind of feels like everything has to be going smoothly for you guys to do well, because
I
it's
agree with that.
such a structure, such a machine kind of thing, you know. And I think that's the Champions League where it will really. I think you can coast the league fine, but the Champions League where I was like, I'm not too sure if that's.
But to be fair to them, they have played in the Champions League. The only game I felt like you haven't played was probably like the last round against Leverkusen. You succumb to what you're to the Arsenal that we're used to in the league. But I thought earlier on when you played Bayern, when you played Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan away from home, that was probably one of your best performances, I think, away from home to Inter Milan. I thought you have played in the Champions League. It was probably that Leverkusen games that you succumb back to what we are used to in the league. But apart from that, I genuinely thought, personally anyway, that's down to me. I think you have played. And it just also shows that you do have the players to play like this, you know what I'm saying? So you do have like the quality to do better on the ball. You do have the quality to create more chances. You do have quality to do more than just set pieces. So it's definitely in. You've got all the Arsenal within the Arsenal squad. Should I say that? You do whatever you want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want to do. But what he's decided to choose, what he's chosen is, I want to be pragmatic. I want to make sure that we're hard to beat first and foremost, and then the goals will come however it comes. So and that's what he's decided to do. But as I said, that is just.
It's risky. It's risky.
Yeah, that's risky, and that's the Arsenal. Obviously, that's what's caused us. It has caused you now because obviously you haven't scored again. Because the reason why I do maybe agree, but I still don't agree that was why you lost yesterday, because it's Southampton. You should be beating Southampton, and I don't agree that it's why you lost yesterday. But it's just hard to turn it off and turn it on. You know what I'm saying? You can't 1 minute be pragmatic and all of a sudden turn it back on. It doesn't work like that, and that's why you had the final like you did against City. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you can't turn it off and turn it on whenever you feel like it. If that's how you want to play, that's what it's going to end up showing. Because by the time you want to turn it on, it will be too late, and you won't be able to. Do you get what I'm saying? And the players there, and it's as if like the players' thought process as well is, let's sit back, we'll get a goal somehow, or we'll get a set piece, we'll get this or somehow. So. But it's going to work for him anyway, and I don't think no one can really begrudge him when you win the league. You're only when, because Arsenal is a big team. It's not about because once he wins it for you, the way football is about what you've done for me lately, innit? If you go into next season playing the same way, no one's going to accept it.
What do you mean when they win it? The season's not over yet.
They'll win it, man. They'll win it. Trust me. Definitely,
But it's a 1 game. I say 2 game swing, 1 game swing. Let's say Man City beat them, then it's a 1 game swing. So you can't,
bro. It's not. I think I get what you're saying, yeah. But one thing I've emphasized on this season is City are gonna drop points. This is not the same City that we like. We're making it seem as if like City are not gonna like drop points themselves. City are gonna drop points.
They can start next weekend against you lot.
Exactly. Or do you want to lay down so that they can beat you? Just help they got Arsenal.
City are warming up.
You need the points. What do you mean? Champions League, man. You need the points.
They have dropped points already, yeah, and like they're out of competition, isn't it? So they're out of the Champions League, for example, isn't it? So they do have the extra rest to. And you would like to think that with the like they're playing teams that like as in that that will have the same amount of rest with them. So you'd like to think that they can kind of pick up in those kind of scenarios. So yeah, like that's what we want, if you get what I'm saying. And as a neutral, you want like Man City to kind of press Arsenal all the way and like just make it interesting. And I do feel like, well, we say they have the capability, and I also feel like they've dropped points, and you want them to kind of be in a situation where they've learned from it now. Like they're fired up, seeing that they've beaten Arsenal now in the cup. Yeah, just that fired up and stuff like that. So yeah, like as in, hopefully they just keep it interesting.
Yeah, no, I hear what you guys are saying, but nah, I don't buy it. Like, see, as I said, it's not so much about Arsenal for me. I just feel City are still dropping points. It's as simple as that, and there's no evidence that I've seen for me to think that's not going to happen. Like, if we're talking about what we've seen this season, City's gone 2-3 in a row. You think they're going on a run, all of a sudden they'll draw to Nottingham Forest or whatever it is. I'm saying teams that you expect them to, like. So there's no. I just haven't seen the evidence for me. Like, if the only evidence we can talk about is what we've seen in previous seasons. Well, there's nothing I've seen this season for me to say that City are not going to drop points. Like, I get it that Arsenal are going to struggle because of how they're currently playing, but I think it's too late. I just think, for me personally, and the games are running out. We're not talking about we're talking about 6-7 games left. Arsenal's got 6 games left. Like, the games are running out. There's not that much games. So if we're talking about 10, I mean, talking about 12, 13 games, fair enough. But the games are run out, man. Games like this is not like the middle of the season no more. This is not games are running, like same thing, and the same thing will go with like relegation battles, Champions League battles. I mean, top 4 battles. We're now running out of games, so there's no I've got a chance. You know what I'm saying anymore? Everyone's running out of games. It's that simple.
But I find it funny, like, as in, if I ask you if Man United are shooing for Champions League, you wouldn't say they are, though, isn't it?
No, we're not.
Yeah, but like,
because I said there's no evidence of that. There's no evidence.
Yeah, no, but all I'm saying is, like, as in, where we are running out of games, you're very right in that there's 21 points to play for, and what? How many? Like, we're 5 points ahead of
5. I think it's 7 ahead of Chelsea, 5 ahead of Liverpool.
Yeah, so like it's not too dissimilar to Arsenal being 9 points ahead. Like, if you get what I'm saying, isn't it? So,
but that's 9 points is more than
9 and 7. If you get what I'm saying, isn't it? Like, that's not too dissimilar. Yeah. But and I agree with you. Like, and I don't think we're gonna make top 4. I don't think it's sure that we'll make top 5.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
but at the same time,
I'm there with saying I don't think it's a shoe in that we'll win the car. If we draw against Bournemouth are not a pushover.
Yeah, right.
And
as I said, it's not so much.
And draws are deadly right about now. Draws are just
so like I see the reason why it's not a given, and I hear that's not a given, but because you are right, but we're going to be favourite though, only because Liverpool and Chelsea, there's no guarantee that they're not going to drop points because there's no evidence to show that they can win 3 or 4 or 5 in a row. And it's just like the same thing with Arsenal, but the only team in this season that has shown the level of consistency, whether they look good or not, is them.
It's Arsenal. Yeah,
it's them.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
Going off evidence.
Yeah, if we're going off what we've seen this season, they've only lost 3 games
in the league.
In the league, so we're basically thinking. So now they're going to lose what 2 or 3 in there.
If you go on form,
in six, nah.
But that's early in the season. If you just go on recent form, it's back-to-back.
Exactly, and then every time you think they're gonna, lose more games, they're bouncing back. Whether they look good or look bad, they'll always find a way to make it.
This is
bounce back. So I'm not really like
sure.
Obviously, we'll see anyway. Like, you can never say never. They're still like but season. I'm telling you, they've won. I felt this from January, like, and it's not so much about it. Was the reason when I changed normally I don't like changing my stance on who I picked, my prediction, especially because it was still like 4 or 5 points around that time. But it's just how I just don't see City consecutively winning games, like just like taking them off like the way they used to. It's not like they don't have it in them no more, and they don't have the same players that were doing those kind of things. They don't have a Kevin De Bruyne that will come in and just change the game, or David Silva that can just be whatever. Even
Gundogan, yeah,
important goals when it matters.
Even Mahrez.
I'm saying, like, they don't really have that. These guys are still like
now.
Exactly. Doku that wants to shimmy and shimmy, every now and then. Me, you don't know. So look, look. I don't want us to waste much time on Arsenal, but look, obviously, I just wanted to, the only reason I wanted to talk about it is because they lost yesterday, which obviously was good. Hopefully,
one thing I will say is I am enjoying that. Before it was like quadruple talk. Now it's like just get us his one trophy. That's
bro,
what
I said that though. I was saying that.
Audacity.
I was saying that. But hold on.
I'm not saying you, though, bro. I'm not saying you, but
wait, hold on. Quickly, yeah. Any of those Arsenal fans that was talking about quadruple, they don't watch football. They don't know the history of football. There were some
like my brother-in-law was talking about it, and he's knowledgeable in football. Kevin was talking about it, and I was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. Kevin deserves this the most, because when Chelsea were winning 3-0 against Port Vale, he called me. He was like, "Oh, why are your players celebrating so shamelessly?" Like, if I was a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't support the team anymore because they shouldn't be celebrating Port Vale. All I said to him was, just win your game, yeah. Just win your game. Needless to say, I think I won the battle that day.
So, but yeah, no, I am loving it. But as I said, is the Champions League that means more to me. I need you guys out of that competition ASAP. That means more. I can't lie to you. So
now I really want us to. I didn't care before. Now it's a must we win it. I only wanted the league before. Now I want both.
I've been having my words with all the teams left. Barca, Atletico. We'll see anyway. We'll see. All right, man. Look, let's just leave the FA Cup. Obviously, Liverpool lost as well. The draw is done.
Oh, I ain't seen the draw.
Yeah, Man City's playing Southampton. Chelsea's playing Leeds.
So City Chelsea final.
Well, that's what it's looking like, man. Unless if Leeds wants to do us a favor.
Yeah, please.
Not trying to beat Man City, let's not rule them out.
Yeah, look, to be fair, I want Southampton I won't mind Southampton doing us a favor. I don't mind that Leeds and Southampton final. I'll take that.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That'll be a great final. That'll be a classic final.
Of course you take that.
I'll take that, man. Look, we didn't record last week, so we didn't get the opportunity to talk much on the England squad. And particularly, I know Saeed has been wanting to talk about the England squad and Mainoo for a long time. So you get your opportunity today. The only thing I really want to just touch on is and I think we was talking about this before, is more the Trent saga than anything. And then we can maybe start to once we discuss Trent, we talk about Mainoo, whatever Saeed wants to say about Mainoo, and then we'll
I've got a couple of things to say about Mainoo.
And then we talk about the who we think he's gonna pick in the summer, because now this is crunch time now. Really, there's only 7 games left and a couple months left in the season before the World Cup. You guys will be seeing me at the World Cup, by the way. I'm traveling to the World Cup, so I'll be doing daily vlogs for you.
Vlogs, guys. Come on, yeah, vlogs.
All right, cool.
Look,
so again,
you got tickets?
Yeah, I got a ticket for 1 game, but I'm working on a few others.
Some more. Yeah. Get those tickets to do the vlogs.
FIFA are being real politicians right now. I don't know. I don't know how these tickets are so expensive and going so quickly. Bro. I'd rather not speak on it before one of their people. Yeah, so we'll see. Look, just start with the squad. The first, with the Trent situation. It'll be interesting to get you guys' thoughts on the Trent situation. I'll make mine clear. I think mine's pretty clear because I've been one that's always been very vocal about how Trent was defended previously. If you ask Ade and Ham previously when we record our weekly pods, I've always questioned his defending. And obviously, and at that point, I thought we had exceptional right backs Kyle Walker, Reece James, and even Trippier at that point was on points. And they're definitely better than Trent defensively.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Especially like Trippier and Reece James, they do offer a lot going forward as well. So I think there was a balance there. So like it was hard to slightly question Gareth Southgate, but Southgate still always takes him. But did he take him, or was that injury? I can't remember. It still took him. Yeah. But for me, with this situation, I don't think we have exceptional right backs anymore, apart from Reece James. I don't think even all these players that we have now, Livramento is probably the second one in my book. I think he's good. We still yet to see how good he can become. I think Livramento is a very good player. I like it.
Yeah, he's potential.
Still yet to see how good he can become. The Spence, is it just Spence? And who else is there? Ben White. I don't think these guys are exceptional right backs. And I don't think they should be keeping Trent out the squad. For me personally, I think what is damning about it is that so initially he picked a 35-man squad and 2 people got injured. Then he picked another 2. There's no way you're telling me we have 37 English players better than Trent. I'm not having that. There's no way that they could tell me that we have 37 English players that are better than Trent. And the second point I was obviously making is that even the players you're picking, they're not exceptional. Like, apart from Reece James, Trent is probably, and Reece James is injured, he's easily better than these guys going forward, right? Okay, and defensively, if your concern is about him how he is defensively, I don't think all the other guys are exceptional candidates.
But they're all better than him. They're all better than Trent, though.
No, but at the same time, are they exceptional? Is it enough? Like when Reece James is not in the squad, is it enough? Like not to, because even if you're gonna put him on the bench and you say, okay, yeah, they're all better than him defensively, start one of them. And if you need a goal like they did in their games, I didn't watch their games. Is Trent not a good option to bring on? If Reece James is not playing, because I don't see them guys helping you when you need a goal. And we might be in a situation like that come in the World Cup.
No, go on, Said. You're itching to say something.
I don't know if it's like from what I see, like Reece James injured, yeah. Like we're gonna question how much he can play like consecutively back-to-back games for England, right? So especially like in the group stage spot, knockout tournament, like you need to be ready as and when, right? And there's no saying that he won't get injured when he goes to England, right? So he definitely needs backup right back, right? I can't subscribe to saying that Spence. Livramento I can probably say is better defensively than Trent. I can't subscribe to Spence being better than Trent defensively. Spence uses his pace to get him out of a lot of trouble, so I can't see him necessarily saying that he's better than Trent. And also, the main thing that Trent has got above most of them, apart from Reece James, is he's played in big games already. And yes, he does like lose concentration in games, but he's been in games where he's been like, as in you can mask his defensive lapses with how good he's been, if you get what I'm saying, and like, or maybe he's not having that many defensive lapses in these big games, if you get what I'm saying. He's played Champions League games, he's played big games in the league, like things like, so that big game experience is hard to replicate. And like you're going
just to add to your point, Saeed, sorry, just cut you off. To add your point, you're not telling me we're not going to play. You're not telling me you're worried about defending in the first early stages when we're playing teams like.
It's only against France, Spain.
You know what I'm saying? It's only when you're getting to like, we're not worried. I'm saying, are you worried about defending when you're playing, especially when you're saying something? As I say, if like someone like Reece is going to be, you're a bit up and down whether he's going to be fit for a lot of the games, even if you want to save Reece for these type of games. A lot of in the earlier games, you should expect England to be on the front foot. If they're not, then there's a problem.
And I guess the struggle with when you're playing those, let's say, lower quality teams, is they're going to sit back and it's going to be hard to break them down. So you might need the creativity, the ping a ball into the box, ping a 50-yarder thing to ball to up the defense in Trent as well, potentially.
Yeah.
Look, I hear all the argument for Trent. I hear it, and I respect Trent's ability on the ball. I respect his ability going forward. But ultimately, if you're going to play right back, your first job is to defend. And as a right back, there's very few right backs who are worse than him at defending. Like,
now you know what? I'm not gonna lie. No, but he is bad at defending, though. I can't lie. I'm not here to defend him about his defending. But I am here to defend what he can offer us going forward, and how much a difference maker he can be.
22.
Would you look at him at Liverpool though and say, "Oh, Trent is a liability"? Like, I feel like you can adjust.
There were games where he was.
No, but then the problem is, what I'm saying is, like, see, for example, what I've been saying at Liverpool are always in the front foot in the majority of the games they're going to play. The only reason why these things gets highlighted is one, if Liverpool are on a bad run of form. Secondly, in these big games. But at the same time, there's a 50-50 in those big games, because in the big games, one, it will be the difference maker in those big games. And another, sometimes it can be the liability in the team because it gets targeted. And it's up to you what you want to do as a manager.
Even with that though, like as you said, like with Liverpool, for example, like as in if you say that bad of a defender, Keem, every manager will be saying to their players, just get it down his side.
No, and it was.
Like, no, but all I'm saying is
they had a lot of cover. They had what's his name? The Dutch guy. They had Jordan Henderson. What's the Dutch guy?
All I'm trying to say is
Wijnaldum covering. They had Jordan Henderson covering.
What I'm trying to say is that they still found a way to make it work, so they're not exposing his defensive. Like, just say that as in, but I can't say that he's as bad as you're saying that in his position.
It is a bad defender, but I'm not really defending its defensive ability. So I'm not going to try, because I can't lie. I've criticized his defensive ability in the past so many times. I think one of the first things I said is a League 2 defender, because I remember saying that defensively he is bad. I can't lie. What I'm saying is, in the first, what he offers going forward,
I respect
especially the first few games, you can't say that. And I say back then there were exceptional candidates. We don't have that now. For us to be saying that we're just going to leave Trent at home, bro. We don't, like, if it's not.
I'd rather have the team. Let's say you had Wijnaldum cover for Trent when he was going forward. I'd rather have someone like Rice or Anderson cover for Trent so he can go forward, because he's more likely to unlock the defense anyway. So surely the pro would outweigh the con, right? And just have. Would you rather have Declan Rice try to be the guy to unlock the defense, or would you rather have Trent? You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I don't have Trent.
Yeah, I heard that. I agree. And that's why I'm advocating for him to say, like, surely it must be a personal thing. If you can't put Trent in the team, I just don't get it. I just like, as I said, look, I've been one that heavily criticized him defensively, but I'm not gonna sit here and just say he can't be a difference maker or he can't. And as I think Abib just alluded to perfectly, I'd rather him trying to unlock the defense and get Declan to do all the dirty job for us, because Declan ain't doing nothing up there for us. He's not going to split them.
No, facts. He ain't doing it for my team, so I'd expect him to do it for England.
On the flip side, Jay, do you think Trent, like, if he does, just say, for example, like as in Tuchel takes him and stuff like that, do you think Trent accepts that he's second choice right back? Or do you think, like, as in, he would want to accept that that's his fate there, kind of thing, innit?
Yeah,
I don't think he have a choice.
I don't think he'll argue with that. I think he had to accept it with Gareth. With Gareth Southgate. Why would he not accept it now?
Yeah, I don't like, as in just in terms of like, as in, like,
it wasn't even second or third choice with Gareth Southgate at times.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't see why he wouldn't accept it now. I don't see why.
I'd be more worried about Jude if Tuchel was to say to Jude that, like, Eze or Palmer or Rodgers is ahead of Jude and the 10.
I can actually see that happening.
No, I agree. I'm more worried exactly. I agree with what Abib's saying.
I can see that happening as well.
I don't think they should be ahead of him, though. I don't think any of these guys should be ahead of him. I'm just saying.
Tell them sit down. No, they're not getting in front of Jude. Unless he's injured, innit? Like, unless not,
yeah, exactly. I'm with Saeed. I don't think they should be ahead of like Jude. I don't think there should be. I don't think none of them has done anything this season for them. To be fair, all of them haven't had a great season like that. The only person that you can say has had a better season probably Rodgers, but Rodgers is not. I keep saying that this is not disrespect to Rodgers. Is not as good as any of them.
Yeah, he's not. He's not as good as none of them.
I've been saying this for a long time. I'm not trying to criticize him. He's a good player, but he's not as good as these guys. And the levels I've seen these guys at, it's been nowhere. Like, it's been good, but he hasn't been nowhere near that. And that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't.
It got further highlighted against Japan as well. When he came on, I actually saw the levels. Like before, like it's easy to get it. It's easy for it to be masked in the Premier League. When you're watching one Premier League team play against another Premier League, and now you're judging them off of that team, off of that level. And when they go into Europe, and they're playing against like Newcastle, for instance, when they went to Barcelona, and you could just see the gulf in class when Arnold, like let's say when Rafinha was on the ball compared to Elanga. It's a night and day to the technical ability when Rafinha's running with the ball and when Elanga's running with the ball. You could see it. A blind man can see it. So it's kind of like the same with Morgan Rogers. Like when now you put him against a Pedri, because you will see the difference in quality. So Morgan Rogers, for me, he'll be lucky if he made it on the plane.
Yeah, no, he probably will make it, and I think this is where he's struggling, and I think this is why Tuchel's got a hard task in it, because a lot of these top players haven't been on song this season. None of them really, apart from Harry. And the problem is, God forbid Harry gets injured.
Oh, God forbid.
Like, if Harry King is, God forbid. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll have to play Solanke. We'll have to play Solanke.
I said Calvert Lewin against Brazil.
Hey, Calvert, man, like Dominic. Nah, brother.
See what I'm saying? So it's like, and I think that's the problem he's having is, despite these guys not having a great season, do I still take them? Because the other candidates, they're not extending candidates. They're not players that you're gonna think that we're just talking about it. They're not players that you look at and think, oh yeah, like you've been so great. Let me take you. Like it's not like that. I don't think it's and I think that's where they're having issues. And obviously we was talking about we're talking about golf and like being a difference maker. Obviously, I think we was talking about the midfield area as well. So we're gonna go into like who we think he should or shouldn't take, but obviously we then got into Mainoo. But you wanted to talk about Mainoo last week, Saeed, or a couple of weeks ago, because he got picked. But what was? Because I was saying that I don't think it's like it's like he got picked from a 36, 37 man squad. I don't think it's anything to glow about. But what was the point you were trying to make?
I don't know. It's like as in mainly like as in you were saying like he hasn't done anything to impress you.
Yeah,
especially like after the Arsenal Man City games, and like my main thing is like, and you were saying he don't pass forward. Like my main thing is like I do see him pass forward, like as in, and I like not like
don't pass forward enough.
Yeah, okay, no, don't pass forward enough. I was really trying to look for the stats to measure him against Wharton and Anderson in the Prem.
Yeah.
But like as in, but I feel like as in like,
you found the stats and it wasn't good.
No. Like as in the stats, like as in his passing forward percentage was probably like about 70%, but it wouldn't like literally do a match up between all of them for some reason. So, but yeah, my thing is like as in, it's not about worrying what he can do. Like in England, like you could definitely see a place for him being there, if you get what I'm saying, in it, especially in the smaller games where people are low blocks and stuff like that. Him carrying the ball, him being press resistant, definitely helps.
I won't play him in that. I won't play him in those games.
I watched the game when we played against Uruguay and he came on. and then I watched the game against Japan where he started. I'm gonna talk about the game against Japan first because I'm gonna do him just. He started that game. England's best player throughout the whole game was Elliot Anderson.
But that's clear,
and they played together. Mainoo, I remember 3 different occasions where he passed forward. One of them hit the target. I believe it got it to Cole Palmer. The other 2, one went over, and the other one got cut out. Those are 3 instances that I remember him playing the ball forward. The other times, safe. He did nothing. And granted, everybody in the England shirt played crap. Even Elliot Anderson didn't play as well as Elliot Anderson can play. He was just a standard. He was just head and shoulders above everybody else. And I to be honest with you, if Tuchel, everybody that started that game against Japan, if Tuchel takes none of them, I wouldn't be disappointed.
Even
I think it's funny because
Anderson.
Yeah, I just think
but everybody that started that game against Japan, if Tuchel takes none of them apart from Anderson, I wouldn't be disappointed.
I just think it's funny.
Anthony Gordon, Phil Foden, who else? Ben White, Konsa, apart from Gay started. So yeah. So Anderson and Gay, those are the only 2 players that are on that plane for me.
And Palmer.
Mainoo started that game. He offered nothing against Japan. So what's he going to do against Spain and France and Brazil?
First of all, I won't necessarily talk about them games, yeah, like because obviously, but also, yeah. Anyway, like for me, like as in, it's like we're looking at what he doesn't do as opposed to what he does do. And you're saying he didn't pass forward, like maybe I'll try and see if there's like some like passing forward, passing like. Diagonal. I don't think a diagonal pass is a sideways pass, right?
No, that's what I'm talking about. Straight boom forward.
So if you're talking of firing into like the number 10, the striker, and stuff
like to number 10, number 9.
I can agree. I can agree that he like in that game he didn't do a lot of that, but
he did nothing.
Also, like they were playing with Foden up front, right? And Foden's movement. Like a lot of
Foden was pants.
Foden.
If he doesn't go, I don't care. Palmer, if he doesn't go, I don't care. He was pants as well.
But like anyway, like me, maybe I'm not saying all of this like as an I can agree he played shit that game, innit? Like it's my language, innit? I can agree he didn't have a great game. My thing is like more so like what everyone's seeing and what the managers that are seeing, like Tuchel's seeing, what Carrick is seeing, and the uptick in form for United, for example, like as in it has to speak volumes. What people actually who watch him day in day out and understand the skills that he can bring to a team. Like it's easy to say, like as in, oh, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, but what he does do, he does well. And like, yeah, for me, I don't subscribe to you don't pass forward.
Okay, I hear you. He does well, but is it well enough
to the number 9,
get you
into the
Saeed? But is it
also
well enough?
Yeah. Also,
is it well enough to win you a tournament
as a number 8? Like Rice wouldn't be able to do that, but Rice will go, and Rice, like no one's expecting Rice.
Rice drives with the ball better than Mainoo.
Yeah, he does. Like, and I'm not saying he don't, but like, so you're talking about passing forward. Rice won't be pinging those balls into.
No, he won't. It's not in his game.
But when you talk about Rice, you don't talk about him.
It's in Mainoo's
number 9, number 10. You don't talk about him like that, and you know that that's a deficiency in his game.
Yeah, but Saeed, also, well, we're doing a comparison between Rice and Mainoo because right now
I'm not doing it. No. I'm not doing it.
Okay, no, but you brought up Rice. You brought up Rice.
Don't do that
right
one.
now, they're both playing.
No, don't do that one. What I'm just saying. I'm just trying to.
But why not do that though? They're both playing the same position.
They're both playing the same position.
No, wait. So let me ask. I don't want to talk on it yet. I don't want to talk on it, but you can finish. Yeah. I don't want to talk on it, but you can finish. This is the problem I have, Wait, let me finish. Sorry. Let me just say something. Yeah.
We could talk about Rice's flaws.
Sorry, Akeem. What I want to say is that it's like the guy played. This goes back to what I've been saying, innit? We want, like, we want to put him on a pedestal that he's going to be this, he's going to be that. Then once we want to compare him with the players that are playing in that position, we don't want to do that.
Like, no, like, I'm not putting him on a pedestal. No,
like, we don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're not saying like, and you don't want to accept that. Okay, once you're saying we talk about things he can't do, fair enough. Like, yeah. Then you're also saying that we're not talking about things he can do. For me personally, I accept that. Yes, I know what he can do, but that is just the standard. And if that's what is what if that's why we're rating him, then we shouldn't be rating him, because if my player is not if my central midfielder is not keeping the ball, keeping it ticking,
that's
why
just
are you even
basic
there in the first place?
Yeah, why are
you
there?
there?
That's just basic.
Why are you there?
So okay. Let me
can't do that.
Why are you there?
Okay, let me ask you a question here, and I'm not comparing them at all. But you see how Pep said Busquets was press resistant. You're telling me that's the standard, because not everyone can be press resistant like Busquets.
Busquets was a freak of nature.
Yeah, no. But you see what the point I'm making? That not everyone can be press resistant, but you can't just say.
I don't understand why you bring Busquets up, because what you say is Mainoo press resistant or something. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying. I'm not comparing them.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what that's got to do with anything.
What I'm trying to say to you,
that had nothing to do with nothing. No, bro, you're just bringing up stuff that I don't want to know what that means, though. What's Busquets got to do with him being press resistant?
It's not a standard.
What are you talking about, bro? What are we talking about here?
Okay, like, if you don't understand that, then there's no point of having a conversation, or the conversation.
As I said, look, I'm not here criticizing Mainoo, but I'm just saying that, look, how old is Elliot Anderson? 22?
23?
Mainoo's what, 20, 21? Adam Walton, these are Belabor, these are all the same age group, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that for me personally, like, I appreciate what Mainoo does in terms of, as you said, he keeps it ticking, but we've seen that for 2-3 seasons. Where, like, player goes through phases though, right? Now I want to see your next level.
Yeah,
we all want him to play. We all want Mainoo to, like, everyone was screaming that they're wanting them to play for a certain reason, right? I don't want him to play just because so he can keep it ticking, because the problem before was that, we was playing him too deep, playing number 10.
Yeah, he's not number 10.
He's not offering that number 10. Then play him deeper, let him play number 6. It's not doing that as a number 6.
He's not number 6.
And then now you're in the number 8, you got to do more. So I'm saying it's like I just said, as a player, you need to evolve though, right? We need to see what else you can do. Like when he first came through, he had that young exuberance about him where, cool, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can drive with the ball. It's neat in tight spaces. All of that goes after a while. We need that goes for every single young player. We can't do the same thing for Saka, expecting more from Saka. We can't do the same thing for Cole Palmer, expecting more for Cole Palmer, or do the same thing for all these other young players, and it's okay for him just to keep it ticking. That's all I'm saying. I'm not accepting that. If that's the standard that people want to accept, that's all good.
Finish.
You know what I'm saying? That is all good. I agree with that. But I'm just saying, I don't accept that. That's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? From my player. If we're loading him the way you guys, a lot of fans, not you particularly, because a lot of fans, you can't say that a lot of fans haven't been.
Man United fans talk about me.
If everyone's saying all these things, and I saw like an interesting tweet the other day, that I had to screenshot and send to Ade. It was like, look, everyone lauding, worshipping what Mainoo's doing, and Mainoo's not doing that much. And everyone was all against selling Mainoo, but look at what Ghana is doing. And when we wanted to sell Ghana, even Ghana is doing more than what Mainoo's doing, and that's him evolving as a player. That's what I'm saying. That's the involvement. You know what I'm saying? And if we're saying Mainoo is our star, don't forget this. That's why I'm not accepting mediocrity from that Mainoo. We're trying to say we have to build a team around a player, and you're telling me all I have to see is a player that just wants to keep it neat and tidy. No, I'm not having that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I've never ever said Mainoo's a bad player. You would never come out my mouth that Mainoo's a bad player from my mouth. All I'm saying is, if people are going to laud him like this, and we want to build a squad around a Mainoo, I want to see more from a player like our golden star. Is it wrong for me to want to see more from our golden star? Like,
yeah,
I don't think.
No, I hear you. And Mainoo's not the kind of player I'll be building. He's not the player that I'll be building my Man United squad, my future Man United squad around.
And I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not saying we shouldn't build a squad around him. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying before I can submit to all these what people are saying, I just want to see more. Like Mainoo's been in the squad for 2 years now. This is his 3rd season. Like, is it wrong for me to say that I want him to do more? I don't get it. Like, we do the same thing for other players. As I said, we do the same thing for Cole Palmer. We do the same thing for Saka. We're gonna do the same thing for any other like rival players. We always do that. Foden, we've done it for all these players. So, but now we have to protect. No, I want to see more from him. That's all I'm saying. That is as simple as that. Look how many years Saka gets criticized for that. Oh, he needs to do this. He's done this. Now we need to do this. It's not that same thing as Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer don't turn up in big games. He does this. He does that. But we can't do that. But that's what I'm saying. It's not. But I don't like the way we like protect players as if like we can't speak anything on them. Like it's just not right, bro. Like I just don't get it. Like it could. But if we're talking about Saka now, Cole Palmer, everybody will be happy to do it. But it's that simple. But it's no different from all these players. I honestly don't think so. Because if Elliot Anderson moves to a big squad, a bigger squad, we're gonna start questioning him. That okay, we want to see more to your game. Do you think
even Adam Wharton?
You know what I'm saying? Do you think we can accept the standard that you're showing at Everton, a bigger squad? No, I mean, or whatever team he's playing for. No,
course, yeah.
And I think that's why we're having this back and forth, bro. You're happy because you're saying managers are picking them for a reason. Fair enough, yeah, manager, you are right. Or managers are picking them for a reason. He must be doing something right to please them. But me, when I watch him, I want to see more. That's what I ask for. The position that he's playing, I want to see more. Is a number 8. Declan Rice plays a number 8. I see more from Declan Rice, and now you're saying you don't want to compare him with a Declan Rice. Why not? Why? Why can't we do that? The both play number 8. What we doing here then?
Rice has only been playing there for 2 seasons now. This is his 2nd season. Man who grew up there.
And what's that? That's Declan Rice evolving as a player. He's got to that stage, but we can't compare him to that. If we want to compare him to Elliot Anderson, no, we can't compare him to Elliot Anderson. Why not? Who can we compare him to then? Who else can we compare Mainoo to?
Yeah. Anyway, the only reason why I brought up Rice is because, like, as I was saying, like in the number 8 now, like as in we're talking about him passing forward. I don't see that from Rice. And like,
I agree.
When Arsenal fans say you should be winning Ballon d'Or and this, that, and the other, like, and all sorts, like as in, like, there's no like as in what can't he do kind of thing. Like it's like like as his performance, especially not even the full season happening. Sorry, but yeah, name for Ballon d'Or. I never saw it. If you get what I'm saying,
but his performances,
like, because he can drive, because he can get around the pitch and all sorts. Yeah, cool. Like, but just be like as in it's not consistent.
But yeah, you're right though. That's what I'm saying. No one's disagreeing about what you're saying about Rice. You are right. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's true. It's not like I don't think he's a Ballon d'Or player. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think. Like there's certain things, Rice is very limited in certain areas what he can do.
Very limited.
At the same time, what he can do what. And this is why when you're talking about like the best number 8s, I won't put Rice there. Do you know what I'm saying? And why Akeem has been saying maybe he shouldn't play there. Akeem's been saying maybe he should be player 6. He thinks he's player 6. So I'm not saying you're wrong about that. You know what I'm saying? So same thing that you're saying that Rice is not doing, and the same thing that we're asking
Mainoo to do
about Mainoo. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see Mainoo do.
My point around that was like as in like for what he adds, for what Arteta identified, for what especially at the beginning of the season where he was chipping in the goals and whatnot. Like the focus on like he ain't passing forward. He's helping the team in the way he can. If you get what I'm saying, innit? And that's the point I was making. That no one's looking at its efficiencies as much because there's someone else next to him that can help him out. There's someone like the way that Arsenal set up allows him to play like that. And
no, but that's what we just been talking about. The deficiency right now is going to like when they're not scoring those type of goals, they ain't got these players are not breaking down teams. That's what we've been saying. We spent 20 minutes talking about Arsenal, about how Arteta is playing. That is the limitation, and we are talking about that. We are talking about at the amount of time I say Zubimendi and Rice, I talk about Zubimendi. Every time I mention Zubimendi, you guys called him this playmaker, defensive playmaker. He's not. Do you know what I'm saying? And same thing with Rice. We've talked about that so many times, and because if we, let's say for example, it might not come to us. We buy Elliot Anderson and we put him in at 8. With what Elliot Anderson is doing, should Mainoo go ahead? Should Mainoo go ahead of him because he's Mainoo?
Mainoo holding bench. Mainoo's holding bench, Saeed.
You rather play number 6 and number 8 for me in United. So.
Who? Mainoo play number 6?
I'm talking about Elliot. And the other point I said about them,
then you'll be limiting him.
Yeah, the other thing I said about him, Wharton, Baleba, and all sorts is like, at least we've seen mainly do it at this level for United. If you know what I'm saying, we haven't seen them, and like, there's no guarantee that they will, especially at United, where like we've seen good players come to United and not be able to produce. So yeah, like as in, it's always like I would love for them, like because we want 2 midfielders. I'd love for us to get one of them at least and it to all go well, but there's no guarantee on that either. So
absolutely, and you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about it. There's no guarantee that they can do it, and it's the reason I'm saying like same thing with Mainoo. It's like there's no guarantee he might be able to do it. Like, and it makes no difference. It's the same thing for him as well, because the level he's at now is a good level, but it's not the level that keeps you in that position. Because when it's easy for it to be overlooked when teams are winning, wait until the teams are losing.
Yeah,
because he's not going to be considered as a young player anymore. That's settling in. Look at what Cole Palmer is getting at Chelsea. Look what Saka is getting at Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easier when look at Foden. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't even get into the squad anymore. Like when the team face adversity and everyone starts scrutinizing who's not doing what, he's got to step up as well. He can't hide. You know what I'm saying? He can't hide. So we criticize a lot of players at United that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And why that should not be the same for him?
Yeah, but my thing is not that I don't criticize performance and stuff like that, but highlighting deficiencies, this and other. Like, and for me, as I say, like I'd rather see what he can do for the team, and like yeah, there's a lot of players that we can criticize the deficiency, especially at United right now. But look at what he can do, and
yeah, I see what he can do. And for me personally, it's not enough. That's what I'm saying. For me personally, it's just not enough. Other fans might just accept what he's doing now. And that's fair enough. And I'm not here to say that what he's doing is bad or anything like that. But for me personally, I just don't think it's enough, because there's a lot of games that I think we can be doing more. Because we're winning games, that not much has been spoken about it. And we're in a good position. So and I like it. I'm saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not here. But when I watch United play, I watch United in detail. And I try and watch like things that we can do better. And players that are exciting me, players that are doing well. If a player do well, I'll give them the praise that they deserve. But if I feel like it's if I feel like a player is coasting and is benefiting of what others are doing, I'm going to speak about it. And I think he's one of them that he's benefiting of what Casemiro is doing or what Bruno's doing. And I just think he's coasting, and I think he can do better. And even me saying that, I think it's more. What should I say? It's more like the belief that I think you probably have the ability there, so you can. But don't coast. Do you know what I mean? It's more. I think it's a praise rather than like, if I don't think he's got ability, I'll be like, I'll be saying drop him now. That why are we playing him? You know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying don't coast. Like don't hide behind these guys, because these guys are old players that they're gonna leave soon. You are supposed to like carry us. So. You got to want the ball. You got to want to do more going forward, and that's how that's not going to change until I start seeing it. And as I said, it's not me criticizing, so that's what I want to see. If I see, I'm going to come here and say, "Oh, sorry, fair enough. He is doing it now. Let's move on. Let's get players that can support him rather than let's replace him." You know what I'm saying? So that's all. Anything else on England? Oh, quickly, we spent a lot of time on Mainoo, buddy. In terms of the midfielders, though, actually, on the midfielders generally, who would you guys take? Let's say we have a place for. How many midfielders do you think we have a place for? Like 6?
Yeah, 6 to 8 maybe.
6. Who's going? Okay, I'll just go off names and just say yes or maybe. Jude.
Yeah, definitely.
Rice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Anderson.
Definitely. I think that's my starting midfield.
Okay. Then we start to have them. Yeah, that's 3. So we go with Adam Wharton.
Yeah, I'll take him. Well, let me.
Or maybe.
Hold on.
So we say maybe. Maybe. Okay, maybe. Rodgers.
He'll just miss out just for me.
I think I would take him.
I think I'll take him.
I'll take him if I'm playing him on the wings, but not essentially.
That's what I was going to say. He can play multiple positions, right? So I think because of that,
I'll take him.
It's not like there's any left winger who's levels above him like that. So I'll take him personally.
Yeah.
So if we're just talking central midfielders, I'm not taking Rodgers. If we're talking about take him to play on the wings, then fair enough, yeah. But he's not playing in my 10 for me for England. No way.
Okay.
When I think about it, I think Wharton has to be on there because I'm thinking, let's say you want a backup for Rice and a backup for Anderson.
Yeah, and he's very technical, very good on the ball, can play forward, can move the ball quick, one touch, bam. Who else can do that in the England team?
Have you been impressed with his England performances though? That's what the question I asked. Like,
no, I haven't been. That's why it's a maybe.
Okay.
But who else is there?
Who else? Exactly.
But I think that's what we're saying about a lot of them. I think that's what you were saying earlier, Keem, is that no one is really impressing you for England anyway. And maybe that's what obviously goes back to what Saeed's saying is at least Mainoo's been there before and he's been all right.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a maybe anyway. But anyway, what was
Wharton's a maybe for me. It depends on who else we've got as well, man.
Okay, it's 5. Okay,
we ain't got
then
nobody else. But
we ain't got no one else. Then the next one is Ghana.
Ghana and Eze.
Yeah, Eze. So is Eze going for you guys?
Yeah, Eze's going for me. Eze's
all right,
going
so that's
for me.
6.
Because if Jude's down, then Eze.
Is Mainoo going for you?
On top of that, I'd probably pick Palmer and Mainoo on top of the guys you've got there and keep it up. But I don't think I'll take Ghana. Mainly for what Saeed was saying earlier and the fact that, but at least Mainoo's been there.
Mainoo ahead of Wharton.
No, you can have what? So
you can have Wharton as well and Mainoo.
Yeah.
So you can have. So let's just say, forget the attackers at the moment. Yeah, let's just say Mainoo, Anderson, Wharton, and
Rice.
Nice.
Okay, so
four
players for 2 positions.
Yeah.
It's fair enough, right?
I think that's fair. And then Jude can kind of play those other ones as well.
Then you can probably put out number 10. There's 3 number 10s then.
Yeah. So that it'll be Jude.
If you know what? If you ask me personally, I'll be honest with you right now, and I've said it. I'm taking Eze.
Yeah, Jude.
I'm taking
Palmer.
I'm taking Cole. I'm taking Eze. I'm taking Palmer. I'm taking Jude, and I'm taking Foden. I'm dropping one of those 6-8s. Yeah. I'm dropping Mainoo because if I'm chasing the game,
Tommy Foden has been shit for England for the longest. Sorry, excuse my language. He's been pants for England for the longest. And again against Japan, oh my God. Tommy, I wish you'd watch that game.
He was not there. Like Man City,
he was there only by embody.
I'm not taking. If he played well for England before, despite his Man City form, I say fair. But now he's not even playing. He's never played well for England, and now he's not even playing well for City. So it's like, what?
Like
he's not playing for City. Like not even playing well. He's not playing for. How many times is he coming on? Like he probably is. He's not completely.
Okay, look. Even if you drop Mainoo, even if you drop Foden, you still have
Palmer, Bellingham, Jude, and Eze. That's good enough.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. I can't lie.
So and then what?
Rodgers, isn't it? Rodgers, the other guy.
And Rodgers.
Brother, why you lot keep hyping up this Rodgers guy?
Oh no, I'm just saying for Tommy's list, isn't it?
Rodgers. I think Rodgers will go. I think Rodgers. We talked about it. He's been the best out of all of them this season in terms of his form. I don't think he's as good as them, but I think in terms of his form, he's been the best out of all of them.
That is a fair point.
And you could.
And if you've taken those 4, I'll still drop Mainoo. Yeah. Let Mainoo stay at home, bro. Like, what's he going to do out there?
What's he doing out there?
Visit from Mr. Mainoo.
Like, it was like, what's me doing out there, B? Let the brother stay at home, man.
No, he's on the plane.
Jude can play a number 8 if he needs to, man.
If he needs, yeah, if all needs. If we need a goal, we could drop one of the 2 6s or 2 whatever they and drop Jude back with Rice, Jude, and Eze, or Rice, Jude, and Palmer. You could do that, go all out attack. Like, Brody, like, really and truly, the extra body as a number 6 there, or number 8, like 6/8.
I trust the guy. We'll see what he does in it.
We'll see what he does, man.
I actually agree with Tommy, to be fair. When you put it like that, I think I agree.
Mainoo, I told you, you're making a point, don't worry.
Let him stay at home, man. I mean, bro, if anything, if he goes out, they're gonna clean their kit or something for them out there, man.
His brother's gonna be at you as well. Don't worry,
With their boots.
bro. Like, what are you doing out there, bro? I think, bro, you know what it is for me, yeah? I think he will learn a lot more from not going than going. I promise you. It will help him not going than him going, because the levels are different. He needs to bring his level up. Like, him going won't really show him that. It won't tell him that. It will still think that, oh, cool, I can still compete with these guys. I'm not saying you can't compete, but you're not doing what these guys are doing on the ball.
I wouldn't do that.
And that, for real, that's a very, very good point, Tommy, because international football is a lot slower and a lot more technical. Your technical ability, it really is telling in international football, because the intensity is not as 100 miles an hour.
You saw
the game down.
Bro, you saw what Spain did to us in the final.
Yeah.
When Spain was popping the ball around us, it was a madness. See what I'm saying? Like,
they were making the ball run, they weren't running.
Like, you saw, like, it just don't, it won't make like I don't know, man. But anyway, look, we'll move on from that, man.
Let's talk about Chelsea.
Look, we don't have that much time, so what? With England, all the rest of England.
I suffered the first half an hour of this episode.
All right, straight. Obviously, there's been a lot's been happening at Chelsea. I just want to get to, like, because I've been through stuff like this, yeah. And me and Sai's been through stuff like this. And, like, you know, even when we thought we were going to get a bit of peace and quiet, where players will come out and speak, and you're just so frustrated as a fan. Like, bro, what the hell is going on? What are you talking about? And Enzo, we'll start with Enzo, because, we just talk about both of them, because when Enzo came out and started talking about Madrid, he knows what he's doing. Like, I know his agents come out afterwards saying that he didn't really say he wants anything about Real Madrid. He's just saying he wants to live. He would love to live, like, in the city. And Madrid is like where he's from, blah, blah, blah. That's rubbish, man. He knows what he knows what, like, he knows what he's doing. And I think the one that surprised me the most, I'll be honest with you, Enzo is Enzo. It's a Cucurella one that surprised me. And the reason why the Cucurella one surprised me, I haven't watched the interview. I didn't read it in context, because I didn't really see what he said about Real Madrid. But I don't think he's wrong in
Barcelona. Cucurella, but Barcelona.
Is it Barcelona? I don't know what he said about Barcelona, but I just don't think. Although he's not wrong, but maybe it's not something he should be voicing publicly in terms of, like, the transfer policy, how we need a lot more experienced players. These are because he's a senior player. These are the kind of conversation he can go into the changing room, and have with the manager or the board, and to say, look, what is happening here? I'm still tied down to a long contract here. I want to win things, and what you've done in the summer is not in line with what I will want going forward. So it's something that I reckon he could have done privately and not publicly, because I don't think he's personally wrong for everything that he said, but he shouldn't be saying it publicly. And I think that's where,
like, Tom, just to say, like, as in, no one knows if he did say that already to them. Like, saying that he's a senior player at 27 or 27, and he's like one of the most senior experienced players. Like, it does make.
How old is he, Cucurella?
He's like 27,
like 27, yeah.
something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
I think my thing with him and like the common thing between both interviews was like, oh, Enzo seemed like them having Maresca, seemed like they were on the right path, and now the board has kind of changed stuff and kind of made it seem like they're not ready to go down. Like we've heard them say, like Messina say, oh, it's going to be different in the summer, and we're going to bring more experienced players. But getting rid of Maresca doesn't show that, and bringing Liam in doesn't show that kind of thing, innit? How's Liam going to handle experienced players? Like, how is he going to? What has he shown that he can do to handle that? If you know what I'm saying. So, and also, like, I think, like with him, like with Cucurella, like obviously he's come from Barca in the first instance, innit? So I feel like sometimes journalists know what they're doing when they're asking certain questions, and then they frame it so that they can trip them up in this kind of light sometimes. So yeah,
but that's why they have media training, bro.
Yeah, but also like as in, yeah, it's true, but then also like
I think just to clarify, the Enzo one wasn't anything to do with like that, was just a stream with some randoms. So he had, there's no justification behind that one. That wasn't like as if like it was put under pressure. The question weren't framed in a way. It's just like a stream is like us just chilling and just talking. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how Enzo's one come across. So his one was just our stupidity and just carelessness, and he just saying how he really feels. Really, I think that you can maybe say that the Cucurella ones is a bit of that. Maybe like he got tripped up, whatever it is. But I don't know. But I'm bearing in mind this is Enzo's second one in a short space of time. He's already obviously apologized and trying to clarify the first bit when straight after like the what game was it? PSG game, and then to now come out and do something not long after, I think it just shows where his head is at. And in terms of like his agents already saying that we've already spoken to Chelsea, yeah, but I think it's all about the money for him. He's giving more money, and this is the problem when these guys are signing these death row contracts at Chelsea. Yeah. But now they're on it for how long? For like 8 years.
8 years.
And now he's saying, "Give me more money."
And they're like, "No, you got a contract."
And this is why Chelsea are also in a strong position. Like, but at the same time, if you can't just let them waste on the bench if they don't want to play, the value's now dropping, right? So they need to make Chelsea also has to make a decision there. But
quick
anyway,
question.
let's just go on. Sorry.
What is Enzo's value, true value? Because we all know Chelsea paid way and above over the odds for him in the first place. But if you was like a buying, say you was an Atletico Madrid or a Real Madrid, and you wanted a midfielder, and Enzo is on the market, what is the most you would pay for him?
I won't pay more than
affording him, man. Atletico's not affording him.
Yeah, I don't think I'll pay more.
They paid 80 million for Alvarez. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I'm saying like, as in, I feel like he's close to his value of 100 mil, and I don't think Atletico will afford him.
No, the question is what you valuing him as?
Yeah, so I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I feel he's close to what they paid for him, 100 mil. They paid 106 million.
You reckon he's a 100 mil player?
I'm not paying. If I was the one buying him, I don't think I'll pay more than 70, 80 million.
Yeah, more than 60, 70 million.
Yeah. 70, I'll say 70. I'll stretch to 80. I'll stretch to 80 because I do like Enzo the player.
70.
80. Alanga was nearly 60 mil, I swear. Like, Alanga was like 60 something. Like, Enzo's won the World Cup.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'll go 80. If Alanga's going for 60,
that's rip-off. Is that how much Newcastle paid for Alanga?
Yeah, obviously it was a rip-off, but still, like,
yeah, I'll go 80.
Liverpool paid over 100 and something for Florian Wirtz. What's he done? The market's cooked. Come on. At least Enzo's done stuff.
But you can see Florian Wirtz is technically a better player than Enzo, though. You could actually just see that.
Yeah,
but I get you. He's done.
I might be wrong on this. I still firmly believe Wirtz is going to be a madness.
He's going to be a madness next season. Once they get the right manager, he's going to be hell for a lot of man.
So
he's going to be hell, bro. No, he is actually techie.
But anyway, let Abib go on. So how are you feeling though, Abib? How are you feeling when all this is coming up?
So we'll do it case by case. with the Enzo one, I think he just basically wants to. I think he just wants to leave. To be honest, like as soon as the PSG result happened and we got knocked out, you could see all of the reports coming out from a mountain of different journalists. So to have all those journal reports come out saying, "Oh, he wouldn't mind Madrid. He would favor a move to Madrid. Madrid would be his dream destination." And then now you see in the international break where he's got a bit more freedom. He's talking about Madrid again. Like this guy, like he's twerking heavy.
He's on that stripper pole. He's on that stripper pole.
Someone needs to tell him to calm down. Like that's not how you draw your girl. Like you gotta at least play a bit of chords, you know what I mean? But he's twerking heavy. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Real Madrid they've already been some contact between them, because I think the only reason why he would be this out and open about it, I think there's probably been some contact. That's not a fact. That's just my opinion. I think there's probably been some contact between the two.
It's around about that time now that the Angels are doing that now. Anyway, almost close to the summer. So
and this is what we do. They're the kings of tapping people up. Like, do you think they're just gonna go out and just pay full price? What they tap people up, get them unsettled, and then make them reduce their value so they get them on the cheap. So I think there's something between there. For me, it's I'm not gonna lose sleep over Enzo Fernández. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's not someone who I'm gonna say, oh, I'm gonna die to keep Enzo Fernández. Like, bro, we didn't play this week and we won 7-0. Like it's not that deep for me, if I'm being honest. Like it's not that deep. I think the thing with Enzo, it's a little bit like the Paul Pogba situation where you can say, okay, cool, they're a talented player, but sometimes the headache of trying to fit them in it's not worth the talent that they bring. Like, so if he wants to leave and we can get 80-90 million for him, I'm not gonna lose sweat. The Cucurella one it's a bit different. He didn't really cross the line, but I think he was just more saying he probably shouldn't have, but I think it kind of is a breath of fresh air for everyone, to be honest. I think he's just saying what most of the fans are saying, thinking. And I think it's a bit of a breath of fresh air because now the fans probably feel validated to say, okay, like an actual player, not just any player, one of the leaders in the team is thinking the same way about, oh, we just keep on buying young players, even when we start to get on a roll, we're just buying more inexperience, and it's like, how can you continue to progress if as soon as you reach a certain level, you kind of just want to take a step back or a step sideways by buying more young players to replace people. But I think the strategy is going to change. From what I've been reading with reports, apparently Reece James, the only reason why he signed his new contract is because him, Rafinha, they all got assurances with the board about what they want to do in the future. And to be honest, sometimes you need these powerful players to come out and say these things so that the people upstairs will listen. So when you've got Reece James, Cucurella, all these people say like, okay, look, even Rafinha is also saying, look, like we need more experienced players to help each other out for these situations where, okay, we're losing a few games against PSG, so someone to help keep the heads cool, keep things going so we don't completely crash out. I think it's important. So it sounds like it's been a terrible week for Chelsea, but for me, it's not really been that deep. Like, I feel like Enzo Fernández is overrated. If he wants to go, he can go. Cucurella and that, they're just highlighting what we all think. So that can only just help improve the situation, hopefully. So it's not been a terrible week. I didn't really lose that much sleep, to be honest. If it was Caicedo saying these things, I'll be a bit concerned, you know. If it was Palmer, I'll be concerned. But Enzo, he's
and like a vice captain.
You're tune on him though. Like, as in, I'm pretty sure, like you said, that to say he's overrated. I don't know. And I think something that's pretty damning is that I feel like you guys have, like, your best asset is your midfield, and like breaking up means you have to do more work to it. If you get what I'm saying, like you have to work on your attacking.
No, I think they've already got Enzo's replacement with Andre Santos. I think they've got.
I don't think he looks ready though.
Lavia's coming back as well.
Lavia's coming back as well.
In the PSG games, he looked way off it though. Pretty sure. So,
Santos, yeah, he did, but
Yeah.
But it weren't them, but it was the whole team. The way they were so open, trying to chase the third goal. It was unnecessary, but that's beside the point. I think if Chelsea got money in for Enzo, like let's say between 70 to 90 million for Enzo, and then reinvest it on their wings and centre back.
That's where I'm at. I feel like the midfield strong. I don't look at it and be like, oh, if we take Enzo out, the team crumbles. You know what I mean?
No, whereas, I don't see that.
If we take Caicedo out, I feel like
that's a bigger loss.
But who knit stuff together like for you then in your midfield? If you take him out, like you're saying Santos will knit stuff together, or what you're saying?
You can put Caicedo further forward and put Santos in DM. You can put Lavia there as well. I think,
yeah.
You
can make Lavia hold and Enzo in the 8 with another number 10 if Palmer leaves in the summer. Enzo was the be or end up for that midfield.
Your biggest asset is your midfield, and that like you rejigging it now just don't sound like it will be. But
I just feel like we've got enough cover to overcome. And a lot of the times, what we do is sometimes recently we'll have the two holders. We'll have Caicedo and Santos, and we'll put them forward. So it's not like he's sitting there dictating the whole game like Xavi like that. Like, it's not.
You don't do that when I Chelsea.
Exactly like that. That's why I say I think sometimes I just think it's like the Paul Pogba situation. I think he's a good player, but I think because he's got such a unique profile, it's a bit more of a struggle to kind of fit him and everyone in. So that's why I wouldn't really lose that much sleep over him. I don't think you're taking out an essential cog in the system like that, to be honest. I think if he wants to leave and we get decent money for him, just do that and sign players where we need more investment, like you said, the wings, the centre backs,
goalkeeper.
That's important. Goalkeeper, exactly. That's more important for me.
Yeah, no, I think I hate in regards to like the Enzo situation. I think where you're gonna have issues is the transfer fee. Like, you're gonna try and hold out to something, and this is probably what you did to us with Garnacho is probably what's gonna come back you as well. You're gonna try and hold out for a higher fee, which I don't think Real Madrid is gonna pay because
they don't do that no more.
They don't do that. When they don't do that no more, and I don't think Enzo is a player that they will want to do that for. That's just me. That's personally.
Yeah, but listen, we had Raheem Sterling on 325k a week, sitting for like 3 years straight doing nothing. Enzo's on like 100 and something. So if he wants to sit for the next 8 years and cry, let him sit for the next 8 years and cry. Or if he wants to play football, he can come and play football. Or Real Madrid can pay money. So I don't think it's that deep, really. Like,
I think it is. You're going to say that now.
Yeah, because
you're going to say that now. But when he start becoming destructive to the whole change room, it is going to be that deep because it's happened to us. It's happened to us.
And not just that, he's picking up these big wages. How much is he on? 150, 200 a week? He's picking that up every week. That doesn't free up. And with the losses you lot just announced this week, and there's more losses that you're going to announce because, it's not the end of is it the end of the financial tax year? Saeed, help me here.
Yeah, it is.
There we go. Okay, cool. So the losses you lot, the world record losses you lot have just announced, and I'm not sure you lot are going to be able to keep, spending like Sugar Daddy Roman was spending back in the day.
I don't know if that accounts to the Club World Cup money and the Champions League money, though. I think that's for all of the shenanigans that happened beforehand. So now we've got Sterling off the books. Now we've got Chil off the books. We've got quite a few players off the books now. We made a huge, I think probably got record sales in the summer. So I think we're all right. I don't think it's as bad as people make out. I think we'll be all right, to be honest. I think we'll be
I don't think it's not. I'm not talking about financially. I'm just thinking you'll be in a sticky position. The player wants to leave. You want to set an amount for him, and the only club that he wants to go to don't want to pay. It will be the same thing as the Garnacho situation, and whether you like it or not, and that will set a precedent because if he gets his way or if he doesn't get his way, there'll be a next man that'll be ready to do the same thing. I want to leave as well. So is how do you change that? And if you do want to change that and want to start bringing players in, you're not going to leave such a valuable asset there, knowing that you can use that money to replace him. And you don't know if you're going to make Champions League football. So all these you might not be able to attract the players that you want as much as you want to say. So it is a problem. You can try and play it out as if it's not. I know it's to you personally, it might not be, but it is a problem, whether you like it or not. It's gonna be a problem because if, for example, imagine if you don't make Champions League football now, what happens then? All these players, experienced players that you want to bring, you're gonna probably be in the same position as us and being like, you be the third or fifth pick or whatever it is. Teams are gonna select players are gonna select the teams they want to go to first, and then you be next after. So because you don't have the same pulling as us, you don't have the same pulling as Arsenal, you don't have the same pulling as certain teams that are going to be in the Champions League. Because if you and Liverpool don't make the Champions League, Liverpool's probably got better pulling than you. Then, for me,
for me personally, but Caicedo and Lavia will tell you different. But for me personally, yeah. But Caicedo and Lavia both chose Chelsea ahead of Liverpool.
Yeah. So, that blue bag with gold in the front weighs heavy.
So I think what do you think about so like obviously both of them touched on like Senior being manager, or like the difference between having someone like Maresca there who they both referenced the Club World Cup being a win and whatnot, him winning the Club World Cup, and now it's Liam Senior, and obviously the transfer policy, and obviously you kind of said that you feel like they're going to change in the summer. So yeah, I think maybe touch on that more, like what you think about what they said about Senior, especially him being the current manager. And the obviously reports are that he's going to be managing next season as well, regardless of where they finish. Obviously, that could change, but that's the report.
I mean, I can understand where they were coming from, because before Maresca came in, the team was utter chaos, right? He's come in, he's brought structure, he's brought a style of playing, and after a bit of time, they've had a year and a half, so they've got used to a style of playing. They enjoyed it. It brought success. It brought structure. So they thought, okay, if we continue in this way, we can do big things. And I think Kukurea mentioned this point I'm about to mention now, which is now that Rosinha's come in, he hasn't even had time to be able to put in this style of play, because they're literally playing games every 3 days. So even Rosinha said during this international break, this is the first time he's had a chance to actually just watch a full game back and analyze it. So Kukurea mentioned in the interview that it's been hard because they haven't had the time to understand some of his tactics, understand some of his ideas. So I can understand why maybe like someone like Enzo Fernández might be skeptical, saying, "Oh, we had a good thing going. We knew what we were doing now, and I've introduced another unknown." But I think if you give Rosinha time so that the players can understand his tactics, I think things can get better. I just think personally, Enzo Fernández probably just thought, okay, 25 now, how much longer am I got in my career? I want to win things. And if these guys keep on chopping and changing managers, I'm not sure if I can. We finally found some structure, and now you're losing that structure. So he's probably just sick and tired of all these changes, and he's probably seen Madrid flirting with him a bit as well. And he probably just wants to jump ship, to be honest. I think that's what's happened. But I think if you give it a bit of time and we stick with Maresca and give him time to implement his ideas, I think we'll be all right. I think people are harsh to judge Rosinha, because imagine just coming in halfway through the season, you've got no chance, no time, and you're playing a game every 3 weeks. And it's not like it's any game. These are games that matter. Champions League, Premier League, we need to get top 4. With Man United, Carrick's done well, but he's had like a week to prepare every single game. Like it's a different kind of pressure. So I think it's hard to judge, and the players too tough. It's early, like I think you just got to give it a bit of time,
I think with Rosinha though, I think my biggest criticism around him, or like Chelsea fans' criticism, is him being a yes man, and in the fact that, like, as in touching on the point we said about them getting more experience. Like, if they don't provide him with more experience next season, is he really going to kick up a fuss, be like this is what you promised me, this is not what I've got, kind of thing? And like, even looking at some of your transfer links right now, like you're looking at some Strasbourg midfielder and whatnot, it don't sound like what you said.
Seriously.
So yeah.
That guy that we're linked to, apparently he's actually quite techy, to be fair. Apparently
I don't know who he is, if you get what I'm saying, but I do know he was in the Prem before, innit? So
he was in the Prem before?
I don't know, or maybe he had a stint with Brighton, I think it is.
Yeah, I think he had a stint at Brighton.
Yeah. That changes things, because Brighton's youth recruitment is actually...
Yeah.
Right.
But what we can say is that he's like, it'll be hard to say he's ready for the Prem, if you get what I'm saying, isn't it? Or like, as in, the main point is it's not experience they're bringing in with that. So like, I feel like that's the main kind of thing around Liam that I would say.
I get your point. I understand your point, but I think it's easy to say he's a yes man because he speaks well in the press conferences. But if you look at some of the reports, he's saying the same things behind the scenes. He's saying that in the future he wants more experienced players as well to help them overcome setbacks. Like if you lose one big game, to not go on to lose 2, 3, 4 games in a row. He's saying these things as well. I think people just want to say he's a yes man because he's not going to go into the press conference and start swearing and stuff like that. Like he speaks,
Conte style.
Yeah, but with Rossini, he chooses his words carefully. Like he's not gonna get caught out with a controversial comment. He'll get caught out with a cringe comment, yes, but he's not gonna say something like controversial or something like that. So, but just because he speaks well and he speaks intelligently, I don't think that means he's a yes man. I think he just picks and chooses when he's gonna speak to the right people. So, yes, he's saying, "Oh, we're all aligned with the owners and that." But I think if he has something to say to the owners behind the scenes, and there's questions about the strategy, I think he will. And the fact that the other players are complaining about it as well, it's not just him. He's got buy-in from guys like Reece James, who's got a lot of power in the club. Cucurella's got power in the club as well. So if Rossini says, "Oh, I want more experienced players," and look, Reece James is saying it, Cucurella's saying it as well, I think he's going to end up getting his way too.
But I'll be honest with you, with the Reece James, I know you emphasize on the Reece James buying in. It doesn't say a lot to me.
Yeah,
it doesn't say a lot. Doesn't mean others will buy in. If I'm Reece James, I get injured regularly, and I have a club that's coming to give me a long-term. Of course, I'm going to say that. To me, you emphasizing a lot. I'm just saying, really, you don't buy. I think you winning these other players over says a lot more than the Reece James signing.
Literally.
It's a golden ticket for Reece.
Literally, Tom, as a Man United, if you was Man United manager and you have a problem at right back, would you be up trying to sign Reece James with his current situation and everything now, like injuries, everything? Would you try? He's not somebody that I'll be looking at.
Because it depends on you depend on the price that is coming, how much you're going to be paying him. You're not going to take much chance on the Reece James. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
plays 10 games a season. So
it's like, I don't think, I know you emphasize it on a lot. The reason why I'm saying this, but Reece James is not, it doesn't sell anything. Him signing. If I'm in that changing room, if what the best thing they can tell me is, Reece is signed, he's bought into it, I'm like, of course Reece is going to sign.
Yeah, he plays 10 games a season.
And on top of that, Reece started his career in Chelsea, so Reece probably lost the cup more than, you know what I'm saying?
The reason I'm saying that is because apparently, from what the reports are saying, the only reason why he signed those contracts is because he wanted certain assurances from the board about the transfer strategy, and it's only once he got those assurances is what made him sign the contract. So
they sold him a dream.
maybe, but until it happens, we don't know, innit?
It'll be so funny if they like just go back in the world and just sign all the youngsters like they
literally, because they could do that. Like you sign the contract now.
And Reece won't even complain because Reece is getting money.
He's getting
he's on a death row contract to get minimum 100k a week. What, for like 10 years or whatever? How long is
he signed a 6-year? I suppose it was a 6-year deal.
Until when? Come on, bro. Like Reece ain't gonna complain about that. Reece's his life is set.
Yeah,
like he ain't gonna complain about that. Even if you don't bring in the players that you promised me you're gonna bring. Like
my grandkids' life is set. What do you mean?
But I said, look, we just have to wait and see. I think we can all speculate and obviously think you may play it down in terms of how bad it is or how I do think it is bad personally for me. Do you know what I mean? And how we're shaping up because I've been through that as a club. Do you know what I'm saying? Where when you think, okay, cool, as much as you try and play it down, another thing happens. And these all stem from like the decision making from the board. We've been through that. You still want the board out. But the only difference is with your team is you do have talent then. And I always say it. You guys keep saying that they don't have talent. I do think you have talent. So there is assets there. And whether these players like it or not, it's Chelsea's in control because Enzo can make noise as much as he wants, but he signed a death row contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you're just gonna go like that? Chelsea the money's got to make sense for them. But at the same time, if it is becoming disruptive, they will need to make a decision. Do we sell him? How much are we going to sell him for? Are we going to cut a loss? Of course, they're going to come out and say we're not selling him unless we get more than what. Of course, they're going to say that.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. That's not realistic.
I personally don't think Rodriguez is going to pay that. I honestly don't. I'll be shocked if Rodriguez goes out and pay that. So let's just wait and see, man. So their next move will probably determine what happens for Chelsea next, because regardless of what these guys or everyone's saying, you do have talent there because Cole Palmer, Casado, these guys are ballers, proper footballers. João Pedro, like even Neto, these are good footballers that you have there. That even Santos that we're talking about, I rate him highly as well. So, and as you said, if Enzo goes, he can easily slot in. So I don't think it's much of a big problem, and it even makes it easier in terms of the midfield dynamic that you've been talking about the balance, trying to find a balance for Palmer and so. It will still work out for you, because if you miss out on Champions League football, these guys are on death row contracts. They're not going nowhere. You still got players that can still compete at the highest level despite you being in the Europa League. It's just what you are able to add to it in the summer. The next decision is important. See what they do, and if they can get it right, they get it right. If not, of course, these players are gonna want to leave though, and it's normal. Like someone like Cucurella, where you're probably gonna get interest from like a Barcelona or Real Madrid. Why would you not want to go when you know you're gonna be competing for the highest honors, and Chelsea are not showing the ambitions? Like, and he plus, don't forget, was Cucurella around when you won the Champions League? No.
That was after.
No, so it's after. So he might want to leave. So he might want to win those things. And he's won like
the Euros, isn't it? He's won
the Euros as well. So and he's going 28 in the summer. He's going to be 28 in the summer. It's 27 at the moment. So he might want to leave. I think players like that. I think the one that you don't want to come out and speak is Cole Palmer.
You think that's why they gave him the captaincy, innit?
That's the one you don't want to come out and speak. And we know very well that boy wants to come home.
Where's home? He's from London.
I don't know who said that.
Yeah, where's home? He's from London, though.
He's my captain.
He's from where? Sorry,
from London.
Anywhere.
You need to ask Abib where Cole Palmer is from.
He's from Manchester.
Born and raised in Manchester. I thought he was born and raised in London, moved to Manchester.
No, born and raised in Manchester.
That's why when Manchester United fan, to be precise.
Yeah.
And he
was a Manchester United fan,
and he does not hide the fact that he's a Manchester United fan. He doesn't hide it. That boy might want to come home.
I don't know. I think he hit it when he scored a hat-trick against you guys and he started celebrating. I think he hit it pretty well that day.
You keep on talking and then someone comes to bite you in the arse. Don't let this one be the same.
Don't worry, bro. Palmer knows where to be. He wants to be captain in the World Champions, man.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. But you know what? Look.
Quickly. Tom, quickly. Just 2 words, yeah, everybody. Quickly, what you lot think about Tottenham signing De Zerbi?
Oh yeah, we didn't get to talk about that.
Quickly. We don't have to spend long.
Let him get relegated with De Zerbi. Let it happen. Mister, I'm going to be there for 5 years.
You know what? I'm a bit. The thing is, I know De Zerbi is a good manager, so I'm not gonna underplay that he's a good manager. But I don't think just because they've got him doesn't mean they're safe. It might not be able to save them. There's still a potential. They can still potentially get relegated. And at the same time, he's a very volatile manager. We all know that.
Oh, he's a very volatile manager.
We all know that. But I think I just think he's a good manager. So if he can get it right there, and I think I'll be honest with you, if he saves them, it's also what they need, because
for the future,
they need a manager that's gonna challenge the board and demand like stuff and he's not just going to get. I think what they've been doing with the transfer, that he's only going to get players that fits into his system.
Yeah, what he wants.
I don't think he's going to get stopped, because a lot of the players that they've been buying, I think like they're buying a duplicate of what they really already have, with like they're buying Conor Gallagher when they've already got Sarr. You know what I mean? Just
I think it's good because I don't know if they have players that even suit the system like that. That they don't really have that many technical.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to spend a lot, and I think they would have guaranteed him a lot of money of spending for him to come. And you know what it's gonna be like if they don't live up to their word.
It's gonna end in tears. That's what I think. I think it's gonna end in tears, and I'm waiting for it.
I think his first step is his biggest, because I don't think because they got him is guaranteed to save them.
Yeah,
I still think they're just still as at risk as they were with Tudor with him.
Yeah,
I think is him getting over that first step, then he can start to rebuild over the summer. He needs to get over the first step. That's more important.
He did say that he would stay if they get relegated.
Of course he's gonna stay. 5-year deal, no relegation clause. I'm staying too.
Yeah. So we have to. I think he just needs to get over that first hurdle. I think that's probably what's more important, really. Whether he gets over that. But hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. Boys, look, we spent so long on here today. It's almost 2 hours. This is just us to make up for like last week. Next week we're back to regular program with like Premier League. A baby's not here with us next week. What that means. Whenever he's not with us, they always lose. So
don't turn up, but please just take 1 point. That's all. Just take 1 point off them.
That's the worst case scenario. I'd rather win or lose, but we cannot take a point. Like win or lose, at least I win and I lose in some way. But if we draw, cancel everything now. That's horrible.
So look, he's not with us, so we're gonna have to find a replacement for him. We'll be back next week as per normal, regular schedule now. My holiday's finished. So boys, thanks so much for joining. Thanks people for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification to know whenever we upload, and comment, man. Let us know what your thoughts are on what we discussed today. I know there's a lot, so if you get through this, we appreciate you. We out, boys. Peace.